How you doing? I'm Z Shep. This is the Be Artist, Be Athlete podcast, where we take a closer look at players, coaches, all personnel essential to the growth and success of the Art U Athletics Department. So join us as we take a closer look, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's start the show. Welcome to the Be Artist, Be Athlete podcast. I'm your host, Z Shep, and today we have a very special guest, Mr. Adrian Lechuga.
Thanks
I said
so
that
much.
right?
Yeah,
I said that right?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
you got
Awesome. So you're a pretty big deal. You see, we got the soccer ball today. So you're a men's soccer forward,
Yes.
right? And your major is MPT, and you have an exceptional social media following.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm working on it. But
Would you consider yourself an influencer?
I would say that's kind of where I'm hoping to be, like my trajectory, just keep growing and posting more in there. So yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you're at the right place to
Yeah.
be able to do that. So first things first, let's tell us about yourself. Like, where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm from Chicago. I am 20 years old. I have a twin brother here as well. So we both came here and we both play soccer on the team. So it's been really cool.
You both play soccer?
Yeah, we both play soccer. Yeah.
So when you were younger, it will be like, we're going to play soccer. Because, most people say you're your own worst enemy. So it's like, I'm going to play against myself and try to be better than myself. For you, it's like actually trying to be better than your...
No, yeah, definitely. The rivalry growing up, we were very competitive all the time, like with everything. So it was good. We'd push each other. So it was good.
That's good. It's a healthy competition.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So that's all right. That's cool. So twin brother, and you both are here. So So who's the better? Who's the better twin?
I mean, no, it's hard to say because he's more defensive oriented. I'm more attacking. So we kind of balance it out. We kind of bring both to the table, like the full package. So I'm more of a trying to score and stuff. He's way better at defending than I am. So yeah.
Is that by design? Like,
actually,
was that on purpose?
It was not on purpose. It's really weird. It just kind of naturally. That's just how it played out. Like he was kind of more into like the defensive side of the game, and naturally I want to be one that tried to score and do that stuff. So it just kind of worked out. But yeah.
Interesting. Is that how you got recruited? Like, tell me the journey from Chicago here to Academy Art University.
Yeah, so I was at Eastern Illinois. It's like a smaller D1 school back in like Southern Illinois, kind of in the middle of nowhere. But we were there for 2 years. Originally, that's where we got recruited to, and it was good. We had a lot of fun there. It was a really cool experience. Played against like some really high level teams. So after 2 years, I had pretty good season, and we were just kind of unhappy with the whole situation. There was a lot going on there, and so basically, we entered the portal, and then Danny and Mike had reached out to us because they saw we were in the portal, and I looked at the school, and at the time I was a business major at my old school, so like to come here and do MPT was like a total 180, but it was something I always wanted to do. Like even we were always posting on YouTube, always like trying to make content and create like just cool stuff. So like coming here, we're like, this would be the perfect opportunity for us to try to pursue it professionally and actually, take it more serious. So yeah, I think it was definitely the right move. We've been really, really happy here. So
yeah, that's interesting. That's a shift.
Yeah.
So you were there under a business. Did you just choose that? Like, well, I'm gonna just choose a major. I mean, I want to be able to own my stuff, so I guess I'll just kind of go with the flow type deal. Yeah,
like basically because like my dad owns his own business as well. So and like in high school and stuff, I had kind of like my own sneaker selling business, and I was a barber. I cut hair, so naturally I was like, okay, let me see if I can get into like the business side of it and try to leverage what I can do. But actually after about like a semester or two, we switched to digital media while we were over there our sophomore year. So we were already kind of transitioning into like wanting to do this. But yeah, coming here just kind of gave us like the full capability to really go like all in on it. So
the idea to be an artist, be
exactly
athlete. So
exactly,
okay, so that's quite the transition. So you were there, and you said you weren't necessarily the happiest. So coming here is like, man, this is we always should have been here. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah, honestly, like we came here and it was like, wow, like the city life is cool. Like the coaches are great, our teammates are great. Like we like the school. Like everything's been really good so far. So we definitely feel like it was one of those things that just were kind of meant to happen, I guess. I don't know.
It's meant to happen.
Yeah.
And so you said you started already with the social media, right? Because you said you're 20, so that's about right.
Yeah.
So you kind of like have like your own highlight reel, and you're kind of already getting that. So on social media, you have over 10,000 followers?
On TikTok, yeah, and then on Instagram, I'm trying to grow it. It's about like I think 5,600 right now.
5,600
Yeah,
on Instagram.
on Instagram,
Only 56. Can you share some with me?
Yeah.
Because I don't have 56. But so what is it that you saw that kind of grew your following? Is it like your presence? Is it your athletic prowess you have on there?
Mhm.
So I'm assuming you have kind of like your own highlight reel already on there. You said
Mhm.
you were doing sneakers. Is your future like I want to be able to have my own sneaker deal?
Yeah, well, that would be really cool. But I kind of took a break from that like sneaker really selling thing. Like once I came into college, it was kind of hard to keep up with everything. But I think what definitely helped me kind of like grow my Instagram was like just showing kind of like a lot. I do a lot of day in the life videos, like especially here, and I feel like it was a unique thing, like being a player in San Francisco, like downtown. So I did a lot of like day in the life, like quick 1 minute vlogs, and I would just post them like almost every week. And then those started getting traction, and then people were like really interested to see like what the D2 side could be like, you know, in a city like this. So I feel like that doesn't really showcase a lot on social media. So I kind of found like my own niche, and I just kind of stuck with it, and I'm still just doing that and just growing more. So yeah.
So being here, it's like, okay, I'm able to learn more and then able to apply more
Exactly. Yeah.
to like what it is that you're doing on social media.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like even just on my classes, they're teaching me more about like different things with film and, you know, how to create like engaging, you know, stuff that I can post. So like I'm really just taking a little bit of everything and applying it to what I do. So it's been cool so far. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up. I can imagine. So your position forward, like why did you choose that position on the field? Like being a forward.
That's a good question. I think honestly it has to do with like my favorite player. A lot of my friends already know like I'm a huge Messi fan, Lionel Messi fan, and I'm left-footed like him. So as a kid, like growing up, he was like my inspiration. Like I was always looking up to him. So naturally, I want to play the same position he played. So I kind of just started there, and just I've always played that like my entire life. So yeah.
For those people who may not know,
Yeah.
what's your responsibility as a forward on the field? Because it's a huge field.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of space to cover, but basically I just need to like try to create chances for my teammates around me and chances for myself. Like just trying to create plays, make dangerous things happen. You know, just trying to be a threat all the time, like when I have the ball in that upper side of the field. So yeah, and then I would say on the defensive end, like just pressing, putting a lot of pressure on their defense to make them mess up and lose the ball. So yeah, there's kind of like the on ball, off ball type of dynamic there. But
So you gotta be pretty aggressive.
yeah, and you gotta be like hunting all the time. Like that's what our coach says. Like when you're on the ball, you know, it's a battle. You're hunting to try to fight and win it back. So definitely, yeah.
All right. And do you feel like you're on the athletic side, being here on this team, you feel like you're being able to grow more? Like you mentioned your coach, like it's like here is a place I can not just grow off the field, but on the field, like
Yeah.
the growth is like crazy. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say so. Like especially even just our facilities we train on, like Treasure Island, the field there, it's like FIFA grade level turf. So like training on that is like such a cool thing that it's like a blessing we get to train on that every day. And yeah, definitely like a huge step up from any other field I've played on, as well as the coaching as well. Like, you know, we all push each other, and I think we all try to get better every time we're out there. So I definitely feel like I've gotten better, and hopefully with my final year coming up, my last season, I'm trying to make it my best one yet. So I'm really, you know, doing everything I can to like give myself that like extra leverage. So
You mentioned being better, and we already said you play with your brother. What's it like being together? Because you've probably been together your whole life.
Yeah,
So you were both at Eastern. You both came
yeah.
here at RU. What's that like being here and having a twin here? You know, on the field, off the field.
No, yeah, it's something honestly that I'm really grateful for. It's like I think it's a really special thing because for a while when we both entered the pool originally, we thought we were gonna go our separate ways, and we kind of already like decided on that. Like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be really hard for us to find another school. So we kind of in our minds were like, yeah, this is it. We're gonna go our separate ways and finish school from there. But yeah, it was kind of crazy how it happened that we were able to still come here together. And it definitely helps like coming somewhere completely new. Like we've never been to San Francisco, across the country from where we're from. So to have him with me, it definitely made it a little less scary. And we kind of just figured it out together because I would have been completely on my own. Like it would have been a lot harder for sure. But yeah, super grateful to have him with me. And yeah, it's been good.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you were never, your first time to San Francisco was after
Yeah.
you were recruited. Oh, that's
Yeah, we came here like not even been into the city before. We're just like, no, we're just gonna do it, and then we just came out here, and yeah, it's been ever since. Yeah, it's been good. So
I can imagine. I can imagine. So
Yeah.
what made you choose MPT? I know you said you got the social media.
Mhm.
So what made you choose the MPT, and then what future do you feel like you're gonna have
Mhm.
using
Mhm.
that major?
That's a good question. I think I always just enjoyed creating things. Like whether it's music, like just in general, I've always liked creating things, and I think I want to just be able to just make stories, bring them to life, that type of thing. As well as I could take my skills and if I want to apply it to still like soccer related things, like after I graduate,
Mm-hmm.
if I want to work in like the soccer industry, I could, always use my skills here to maybe work on like some sort of media team or, just for like any team that might need help. So I think hopefully that might be an avenue I can explore as well, like trying to stay in the soccer world after I graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be super cool. But yeah, hopefully something like that.
So we can look for like a sports movie. We're gonna be all
Maybe.
like, hey, we're gonna make a movie,
Yeah.
produce it. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, maybe sports movie, maybe working with professional teams, just kind of whatever comes up. I really don't know what's going to happen, but I think with the skills I have after I graduate, I can definitely find a route that's going to work for me.
Right. And you're in the best place to do that because
Exactly.
you're able to, kind of feed into both skills, like I said,
Yeah.
on and off the field.
Mhm.
So, right. What advice would you have for any future, student athletes that are, coming to RU?
I would say just do your best to just kind of be present. Like it can go by really fast, but you just got to be present, try to enjoy everything and just do the best you can. Cause at the end of the day, you get out of it what you put into it. So like if you're really
Mhm.
taking it seriously, you're going to really learn a lot of valuable skills that you could use outside once you graduate. And in terms of being an athlete as well, like it's a precious thing. Like you only get 4 years, my last season coming up, it went by so fast. I feel like, so I'm really just trying to be present my last year and just enjoy it while I still have it. So that's probably what I'd say.
For sure.
Mhm.
Well, I feel like you're headed in the right directions. Seem like you have a good head on your shoulders and you're in the right place to be able to hone both sides
Yeah.
on and off the court. So I'm looking forward to seeing, what you're gonna do. I'm not gonna tell your brother that you said you was better than him. All right. But thank you, Adrian.
Of course.
That's gonna do it for this segment
Yeah.
on the Be Artist, Be Athlete podcast. Hey, we want to take a quick timeout. We want to take a moment to thank one of our amazing sponsors, Relation Insurance Services. Relation is your go-to partner for all things insurance. Whether you're looking for a personal coverage, business solutions, or specialized insurance needs, Relations has got you covered. They offer a wide range of services, including workers' compensation, general liability, property insurance, loss control and claims, and employee benefits. With Relation, you can expect an elevated client service experience and expert advice for a team of dedicated professionals who work tirelessly to ensure you have coverage that fits your unique needs. So if you're in the market for insurance, look no further than Relation. Visit their website at relationinsurance.com or give them a call at 800-404-4969 to learn more about how they can help protect what matters most to you. Thank you, Relation, for your support, and thank you, fans, for watching.
RU Softball achieved a 4-game series sweep of Menlo on April 11th and 12th. A 2-run double by freshman infielder Rihanna Mallupe in the 9th inning of the opener keyed a 4-0 victory, then more dominant defense from the eventual Pac West Pitcher of the Week, sophomore Kayla Vaughn, contributed to another shutout with a 2-0 final score. More offense was had the second day as the Urbanites jumped in front early in both games, winning 8-2 and 3-1 behind contributions from up and down the roster. RU Women's Golf finished third at the Pac West Conference Championship Tournament on April 23rd. Led by freshman Mary Iamola's tie for second place overall after she twice shot under par, the Urbanites were just 8 strokes back of second place. RU Men's Golf claimed fourth overall at the Pac West Conference Championship Tournament on April 23rd, with senior Giulio Zanichelli claiming 5th place overall. After his 12th time among the top 10, Zanichelli gained sole possession of the program record for most career top 10 finishes. RU men's and women's track and field had standout performances come from Ethan Forbes and Grace Southern, both in the 800 meters, at the Brian Clay Invitational on April 17th. Both rose to third in program history with top 30 NCAA Division II Outdoor Nationals provisional performances in their respective events. Urbanites among the top 10 in the country in their respective events are Lena Hannick in the 800 meters and Robin Black in the 400-meter hurdles. RU Women's Tennis ended its season on a winning note, defeating UH Hilo 4-2 in a consolation Pac-West Conference Championship Tournament matchup on April 17th. A crucial doubles point was built upon by singles victories in straight sets from sophomores Emilia Supulnietza and Georgiana Parr before senior Paulina Alvarez clinched a gritty 3-set matchup.
That was your Be Artist, Be Athlete podcast sports update. Back to the show. So welcome to the Be Artist, Be Athlete podcast. I'm your host, Z Shep, and we are here today with Miss Chandra Reed.
Hi.
I said it right?
Yeah, you said it right. Yeah, like Jackie Chan.
All right. So you are volleyball middle blocker.
Mm-hmm.
Also track and field.
Currently, yeah. Which is crazy.
So you're like a dual athlete.
I wouldn't call it all that, but yeah, sure, let's go with that.
What else would you call it? That's what you...
track and field, I would say, is more of like, let's go with like hobby. Let's go with hobby.
But you're good enough that you're on the team. So
yeah,
it's a hobby that you're pretty good at.
Maybe. Don't go looking for any track highlights or anything, but yeah.
All right. And you're in the communications major, communication and media technologies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
I'm a grad student.
Nice. Here's something. Top 6 in career blocks. What's that like? Tell me what's that mean?
I don't know. I mean, I think that like being a middle blocker, you depend a lot on like being the primary center of defense. And I think that that's just one of the things that I grew up is like defense is going to win games for you. So yeah, that was kind of something that as a middle blocker, you focus on a little bit.
So middle volleyball set. So you like majority of the defense, would you say? Is that like you?
Yeah. So I think especially like the front row. Yeah, it's pretty much me. So like front row, I'm in the middle. And then the next one, obviously behind me is going to be the libero, which is like the libero is kind of like the quarterback of the defense. And she kind of looks at me and like where I'm at to position herself, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm like the first line of defense. She's the second. Okay, that makes sense. It's called libero? Yeah, libero, yeah. Well, that's crazy. You'll hear like libero. In Texas, we call it a libero. Okay. All right. Libero. Yeah. Well, I learned something today. Now, here's something that I'm all like, what does this mean? So out of your 4 collegiate seasons, you have over 50 blocks and over 100 kills. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? You're a killer on the court. Yeah, I try to be. Yeah. So what's that mean? Is that like spiking the ball, hitting people in the face, and it's all like, oh, they're done for the game. They're out. Yeah, I try not to hurt anybody, but for sure, just putting the ball on the floor is really important. I think in volleyball, the longer volleyball itself is just a game of errors. So the goal is obviously just to put the ball on the floor as quick as possible. Like if we're being completely honest with each other. So yeah, that kill stat is really important to me, especially as a middle blocker. I think that middle blockers in general are kind of not seen as maybe like the best hitters or not set as often as other people in the front row. So I think that stat is really important to me because it shows that middle blockers have more depth than just being, like the first line of defense. Like we can play offense as well. And as we like to say, middle's lives matter, okay? Mid lives matter. Yeah. So these are kills from like the middle. Yeah. So that, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we have a couple of different sets that we run. Middles are like going to be the most like dynamic because obviously if you just hit straight out of the middle of the net, you're going to have more people on you. So we try to be more dynamic, going behind the setter, maybe staying in front of the setter. like a good maybe like wingspan away, trying to get creative up there. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It looks like fun. I've a couple of my classmates in comm are on the volleyball team.
Yeah.
And I'll be all like, they do their assignments. And I'm all like, yo, these games look like they be lit.
Yeah. It's definitely becoming a really popular sport, and just like all women's sports are right now. But volleyball is definitely on the come up. So it's really exciting to see.
Be moving out there. So I'm like, man.
Yeah.
So what is your sports origin story? And like why volleyball? What's your story behind that? How'd that start out?
So it's actually kind of interesting. I don't look like the typical volleyball player. I don't have like the typical build. And I came from a basketball family actually, and I'm pretty tall. I'm 6 foot. And my family is really tall. My brother is like 6'11". So I came.
What?
Yeah, right.
Why did he go the extra 11 inches?
I don't know.
Nobody told him.
And where did it come from? Where did it come from? I don't know. My dad's 6'4", my mom's 6 foot. So where did it come from?
11?
I'm not sure. But yeah, like, so growing up with a super big family, like obviously we played basketball. That was like our thing. So when I grew up, basketball was like my thing. So I played since basically since I could walk. And it was like something in our family that everybody did and everybody was pretty good at. And then I was in 6th grade, and my mom played a little bit of volleyball in her glory days, you know, and she thought like, oh, well, Chandra, you can try it and see if you like it. And if you hate it, you can stop. But if you like it, like, you know, it's something else that you can do. And, you know, it was really important to my parents to have me grow up as like a multi-sport athlete in high school, because they think that it teaches a little bit of grit and perseverance and being able to work through things that are hard. And if I wanted to play in college, then I like should be able to be a multi-sport athlete in high school and be able to handle that workload.
But you are.
Yeah, right. So it kind of worked out for them. And for me, obviously. But yeah, so I grew up playing basketball, and then 6th grade, I tried volleyball, and I thought I was going to hate it. And it was super natural for me, which was different than how I felt basketball was. And basketball was like something that I had grinded out for years and years and years and years, like since I was so little. And then, you know, just like coming into volleyball and it being so natural was almost like more fun to me, and being able to have like that freedom and being able to just master it a little more quickly kind of pushed me to the point to where I enjoyed it more. And I almost didn't want to like admit to myself that I enjoyed it more. I wanted the basketball thing to work out, and then I thought that I wasn't going to be very good at volleyball, and then I just like thrived in my high school. And there was kind of no denying it at that point.
It was all like, stop fighting it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like.
This is your destiny.
That's exactly what it felt like. I don't know how many people came up to me and were like, I think it's volleyball for you. I don't know how many people told me that. And I was looking at them
why
like,
are you trying to hold on to?
Yeah, like let it go. Like this is just for funsies. That's what I would just say. And they're like, you're really good for just for funsies. And now I guess look where I am.
Yeah,
I finally gave into it, I guess.
Yeah. And now track is the new volleyball for you.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
It seems like that's what I'm seeing is the evolution.
Yeah.
So you mentioned it, Texas. That's where you started. How did you go from? And is Permian Basin?
Yeah, the University of Texas Permian Basin. Yeah.
So you started there. What was it like? How'd you end up here at RU from there?
So I went to UTPB out of high school, and I finished my bachelor's degree there in 3 years. So I still. Well, back up, I guess. Coming out of high school, I initially tore my ACL. My senior year of high school, playing basketball as my, like, I had one last hoorah. I was like, I'm going to give one last hoorah to basketball. I loved my basketball coach, and I really loved the game, and it was hard for me to say goodbye to it without playing my senior year. So it was a risk that I took, and ultimately I'd probably do it again. As just my last hurrah, my last goodbye to the sport that I played my whole life. So I played my senior year, and towards the end of the year, I just signed my contract to play at UTPB, and not even a week to the day that I signed my contract, I tore my ACL. And so it was kind of a weird time because it was also COVID. And so they were like, I don't know if I'll have your scholarship. I don't know what it'll be like type thing. And I just took a risk, and I ended up at UTPB, and I medically redshirted my first year. So I still had some eligibility when I graduated 2 years later. And they didn't have my master's program. So I kind of just like, I hit the portal not knowing if I was going to continue to play. I felt like that I had a really good 2 years. I played with some of my best friends in the world, and I was on championship teams, and I did the things that I wanted to do, and I felt like that I was fulfilled, and I wasn't sure if I like truly loved it the way that I did when I started, if that makes sense. There was some different things that maybe, took the love out of it a little bit for the game. So I just kind of put my name out there, and I was like, we'll see what bites, and maybe I'll go get my master's, at some other school and just go to school, or maybe I'll be playing in a year. I'm not sure. Or in 6 months. I'm not sure. But, so then I put my name out there, and RU reached out to me, and I think I told them no 3 times.
Really? What?
Yeah. Well, it was initially like the shock. I'm gonna be honest. I had a boyfriend at the time, and or I have a boyfriend, the same boyfriend I have now, actually, and I didn't want to go very far away from him and all the people that know and love me and support me in Texas. I'm born there, so
it was all like, man, this is really, really new.
Yeah.
If I take this, okay, I got you.
And also it's a really expensive program in a really expensive city, and
Facts.
That was right. Yeah.
Facts,
See, so that was kind of a decision that I had to make. I wasn't sure. So then at first I was like, I'm sorry, I can't afford it. They reached out again. I was like, I don't know, I can't do it. And then they reached out a third time, and they were like, okay, well, we'll fly you out here for your visit, and then you can tell us no. And I was like, free trip to San Francisco? Are you kidding me? Like, sure. Like, I'll go for 48 hours in the Bay Area and have a blast and come back, and no sweat off my back. Like, it's spring break over here. I'll go over there, chill, and then come back. And so I came. My mom and my sister came out with me to, support me and see the city and see if it was a good fit, even though I'm thinking in my head, like, nothing's coming out of this.
They knew.
I think, well,
they're like, we just got to get it right here.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Guys.
Yeah. I think the coach at the time, she was like, once you get out here, like, you won't be able to say no. And that's exactly what happened, actually.
Yeah.
My mom was a big part in my decision. She was really, really, really excited for me and the possibilities that were here and the opportunities that were here. And she was really excited that she would be able to visit me out here all the time. So she was a big part of my decision. But so the rest, I guess, is history at that point.
Yeah. So we're like, oh, it's so expensive. And as you again, like, I didn't win the lottery.
Yeah.
Like, just come see it. They're like, listen, she's a killer. We got to get her out of here. We know she's a killer. We got to get her out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So I would say it was successful because you came in 2023.
Yes.
You joined the squad, and now you're one of the top defensive presences on the team.
Mm.
So people probably look to you. You're a vet. I feel like you have a leadership presence. What's that like on the team? 'Cause it seems pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it like for you having that presence on the court?
Yeah. My first year here, it was a little bit different. We had a couple of veterans, so it was more, I felt like finding my role as a leader on the team. And I think it was more a little bit vocal, but like in roles in a couple different ways that maybe I wasn't used to. I captained a team at UTPB before I came out here, and it was more of like a very vocal role. So I felt like I had to learn a couple of different ways to be a leader and to be a captain. And so that first year it was different, and it was maybe a little hard, but I feel like it was things that helped me grow, not only as a player, but as a leader and as a person. And so then my senior year, or my super senior year, my granny year.
Is that
that's what they call it. Yeah, my granny year, my granny season. Yeah.
I guess technically, that's what it would be.
Yeah, I'm a grandma. They would make fun of me and tell me to put my dentures in. It wasn't funny. But yeah, my granny season was really, really it was really nice, and I think that it really showed like who I am as a leader, and I think that it really showed how much this team believes in their veterans and how much they lean on them, which I think was really important for not only me to see, but maybe like the people that are coming up next year, how important it is now that I'm gone, which I was such like a vocal person on the team, and I was like very much that vocal leader for my senior year. And then we had other seniors that were maybe not as vocal, but like more lead by example. Or our setter on the team, Ellie, she led by her composure and her ability to like stay composed, like no matter what anything threw at her. And I think that like showing our different versions of leadership not only helped us like in this season, but I think for this season to come, because it's kind of, they lost a lot of people. Where there's 6 of us that are leaving, I guess. So I think that I'm hoping that like our legacy and our leadership and my leadership will hopefully live on, and that I maybe made a difference in this program like I hoped and I wanted to come out here and do, coming in as a transfer and being a veteran at winning program.
I'm sure you did.
Thank you. I hope so.
And you're talking about the growth. You mentioned being the dual athlete and being able to kind of grow and not shy away from something because it's difficult. And it's like that's pretty much what you experience, because it's a transition. And anytime you're transitioning, there's a difference because there's conflict. And people think about conflict as it's a bad thing. And it's like, no, it's just conflict because there's movement going on. Right? I mean,
yeah.
So there was growth that came from that. So that's what it sounds like. So that's kind of what you were hoping for.
Yeah.
Right. And Ellie, you said Ellie McInerney?
Yeah, that's my girl.
That's who was in one of the athletes that was in the class with me.
Yeah. She's also a comm major. She's recently graduated in December. Shout out her. And she was really, really important part of my granny season as well. Keeping me headstrong and composed all the time. So she was rubbing off on me a little bit with her composure. So
yeah, she's cool, people. The accent.
The accent.
So, also, track and field. What's it like for you in track and field? Is it the same as the level? Like, what's the leadership like in the track and field area?
I think leadership in track is super, super different. I think that I'm really used to being in such a team sport that I think that track is individual, but I feel like it's also really important to have like that support system and like the backing of your teammates. And so I think that being on this track team, it's a little bit of a different role. Like it's not very like vocal, and it's not vocal in the way of like a usual leader would be, but it's more in I think it's really, really important to support your teammates. And I think that I'm really, I push for that a lot when we're at different track meets or maybe at practice or whatever. I think that that's kind of the leadership role that I'm hoping that I'm taking on with track, just because I think that it can be really hard to feel like you're taking it on alone. On such a big stage, and they're all really, really, really talented. So there's a lot of big personalities, but I'm hoping that I add to it and not subtract, if that makes sense.
Right. I mean, it sounds like you can't help it, but
Thank you.
be in addition. And I mean, you can probably accredit that to your upbringing. It sounds like it was kind of instilled to you. So I feel like that's probably really what makes a good leader. It's just being able to recognize qualities and bring it out. Like even now you're saying it's not as much as a team, but you're still seeing the team aspect of it. So it's all like we win together.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more, it's funner when you win together. It's better together. So it's better together. So even if it is more individualized, it's like we're common goal.
Yeah.
Is for us to win.
Yeah, I definitely think that I've never won. I've never came in first at a track meet. And, I stand behind that, and that's okay, because most of the time I leave, actually almost all the time, if not all the time, I leave the track meets. I feel like I won because my friends on the team and my teammates are so talented, and it feels so good. Like when they're winning, it feels like I'm winning, which is super crazy. But just them being so talented and having all these like achievements, it feels like I'm like there, if that makes sense. I love to be like their groupie, if that,
Well, you are. You're part of the team. So you're part of the win. So that's good. That's the mindset I think that you should have. So skills that you have acquired since you've been here. What are some things that you've learned specifically from RU?
Yeah. So I think on the academic side, I knew when I came to RU, which was one of a big reason as to why I came to RU, was I wanted to hone in on my craft. I've always wanted to be on camera. That was always the dream.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here. I made it. Mom, I made it. But yeah, I wanted to be on camera. I want to be a sports broadcaster. And so I think that RU provided me opportunities to do that to do that in more of like a live hands-on setting. And I think it's for sure helped me. I think it has pushed me out of my comfort zone. 100%. I can edit a video on Premiere Pro right now, which if you would have asked me 3 years ago to do that, I would have been like, excuse me, Adobe. But like it's pushed me crazy lengths from where I was, 2 years ago. And now I'm graduating in May, and I don't know any other way. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine my grad years to go any other way. I could have been at a different school, writing research and doing a thesis and all of that, but instead I'm on a freaking podcast. Like, this is so fun. What?
Yes. Be artist, be athlete.
Exactly.
So is that where you see your future? After graduating, it's all like, okay, so now we're gonna start the show. We're gonna start the sports casting.
Yeah, that's the dream, honestly. But right now I just want a job. If you're hiring. But yeah, maybe I hope sports broadcasting, but maybe social media is really cool and fun, and interesting to me. And I think that it's something that I really excel at, being able to follow trends. And, I think that social media is a really cool tool. And I think that it's really fun when you use it to your advantage. And, I think staying in sports in any capacity would be the absolute dream for me right now. Whether that's, sports information or social media for a football team or a college team or sports broadcasting, if I can dip my toes into that.
Well, I mean, you're at the right place.
Yeah, right.
So you have like pretty much been equipped to go out there and do it. And even if you start with your own personal YouTube, because
Yeah.
I'm a big proprietor of ownership, you know what I mean? So with the way it is now, 2025, is you can start your own channel.
Yeah.
And you have the athletic prowess. You also have the athletic accolades. So you can say, you know, here's why my opinion matters. You know what I'm talking about? I kind of know what I'm talking about. I've experienced it. And then you can also bring that energy that you obviously have to it as well, right? And then you have the presence. So, I mean, you can edit it, you can film it. Yeah. Because you've been equipped to do that. So
I can do it all. I don't got to pay anybody else to do it. I can
exactly.
Do it.
even while you're at the job, it'd be all like, hey, do you have somebody that can do this? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm super blessed, and yeah, I couldn't ask for any better ending. I think RU has done wonders for me, honestly.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. And it was, you know, great chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I look forward to seeing what you're going to put out.
Thank you. It was fun to be on this side.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's going to do it. Thank you again for joining us. That's going to do it for today on our podcast. And that's going to do it for our show today. Again, I am your host, Z Shep. This is the Be Artist, Be Athlete podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to our sponsors. Listen, don't forget, hit the RU Athletics team store. It is now open. What are you waiting for? www.ruathletics.com/team store. I will see y'all next time. And listen, go Urban Knights.